Hi guys, Yasmo here, and today I wanted to talk about the two new uniques that have been revealed for the expansion, which are the Storm Secret, a topaz ring, and Doryani's prototype, which is a chest armor that I think is absolutely insane. The amount of abuse this can facilitate in the game is absolutely crazy. You can basically lower your own lightning resistance in order to lower enemies' lightning resistance. Here's why this is so powerful. Let's talk first about this chest armor, okay? So what it gives is some armor, which is already great, right? That synergizes with itself, an extra energy shield, and then it gives you some life. Makes you so that you cannot deal non-lightning damage, so all of your damage is going to be lightning damage. That's what you're pigeonholed into. And then armor applies to lightning damage taken from hits, so no degen, although there is not that much lightning degen. It's mostly certain boss fights that have lightning degen in the game. But lightning resistance does not affect lightning damage taken. This is something that a lot of people got confused. They were thinking like, well, so what, my lightning res is 0 or what? No, your lightning res is whatever it is. It doesn't change your lightning res at all. It just makes it so your lightning res doesn't do anything for you, positive or negative. It just, you have no lightning res anymore. The stat doesn't exist anymore. Lightning damage is affected, like from hits, it's affected by your armor, right? So the lightning res will still mitigate if you have a positive lightning res degen, right? But there are other ways of doing that. So if you want to stop lightning damage, you can use something like the Sibakwa keystone that, what is it called? Divine Flesh, I think. Divine Flesh basically makes it so you take half of the elemental damage you take is taken from as chaos, which means you can get to like 90% chaos res and mitigate like 90% of the half of the damage, right? That you're taking. The rest you'll still be taking normal lightning damage. However, you can still mitigate the other half of the damage, but only for hits from the talisman. There is a talisman that will let you take 50% of lightning damage from hits as damage of another element like cold or fire, and you can mitigate it from that resistance. So you can bypass most of the drawback from that item by having these two items or these two mechanics. However, there is still the degen problem, right? So degen will still wreck you, but if you go for if you want to make a softcore build that will have an insane amount of damage and will map on a pretty low amount of budget, like you can do some crazy stuff with this, right? And also for bosses, like for bosses that don't have lightning degen, that specifically don't have that mechanic, you will be able to just have absolutely insane damage, because so by default your lightning res, if you have no lightning res on your gear anywhere, will be -60, right? So nearby enemies have lightning resistance equal to yours. That means your enemies have -60. Then what you can do is also equip items like Maligaro's Lens, which gives you -50 to all elemental resistances, right? You can have -50 to lightning. You can have -20 to lightning from other, actually not from this, but from Antvarius. But even better yet, you can have where is it? Where is the item I'm looking for? Ventor, there we go. Ventor's Gamble. You can use Ventor's Gamble to have huge negative resistances. You can have -50 resist by wearing 2 Ventor's Gambles, and this is an insane amount of extra damage that you're getting that you apply to your enemies, right? You can also self-curse. There are gloves that allow you to put curses on yourself, so that means you will be able to curse yourself with elemental weakness, conductivity. You'll be able to just take insane amount of curse effectiveness and just make it so you curse yourself so hard that you have like -300 lightning resistance. And with like -300 lightning res, the reason why this is so crazy is that you don't have that much of a reduced curse effectiveness when you curse yourself, but you do when you curse bosses. So if you can curse yourself to reduce the elemental resist of bosses instead of cursing the bosses, you bypass the mechanic of reduced curse effectiveness, which on bosses I think is like 66% reduction, which is huge, right? So this is an insane amount of single target damage that you can get for like lightning damage. So I think we'll probably see like some insane lightning damage, like maybe storm burst or something, like some crazy builds that will just do insane amount of lightning damage to bosses to melt them. So this is a crazy chest armor that there are so many crazy things that you can do with this that I'm sure there will be like some kind of a meta softcore build that will work with this. For hardcore, this is probably not the best thing you want to do because of the lightning degen that you also have to deal with, right? That's probably not worth it because you have to invest a lot in that mitigation. Storm Secret, that's the other unique that we found out from the initial release, and Storm Secret gives an insane potential for like chain casting, right? So basically this makes your Herald of Thunder hit enemies 33% quicker, right? It will just zap them more frequently, and every time it zaps the enemy, you take 250 lightning damage. What does that mean? That means that you can wear either one or two of them, and you can have a setup with cast when damage taken. So you will have something that will proc your Herald of Thunder. Your Herald of Thunder, like you will shock stuff, your Herald of Thunder will be going off, and then as it hits you with the lightning damage, you also additionally can proc cast when damage taken and cast spells with that, right? You can have crazy setup with a lot of cast when damage taken everywhere and just go to town runs with so many spells. And the ascendancy that synergizes with this very well is Elementalist. Elementalist has this node which makes it so that you cannot take reflected elemental damage, but that doesn't count as reflected elemental damage. And for each element you've been hit by damage of recently, 40% increased damage of that element. That means this rank gives you also additionally as an Elementalist 40% increased damage for lightning, and also 8% reduced damage for lightning. So that is something that kind of has a anti-synergy in a way. But if you manage to reach the breakpoint and you account for the 8%, then that actually helps you for like taking the lightning damage, right? And this would also work with the chest armor. So the reduced damage taken of that element applies also to degens. This doesn't say for hits, so it applies also for degens. That's another way to deal with the degen from the chest, that basically you have low lightning res. You can have just reduced damage taken from lightning because of this. So Elementalist definitely synergizes for that, and also of course it has like damage penetrates lightning res if you are affected by Herald of Thunder, increased effect, and reduced mana reservation of Herald scales. So Elementalist is naturally the thing that will synergize with it well. So I definitely I'm gonna try to figure out some kind of a cool build with this, because this is a really nice synergy that Elementalist can go for, and these two items are pretty freaking insane. Like they're so crazy, and of course these two items are also lightning focused, right? These two items just have been a little bit reworked, buffed to be on par with the newer uniques, and in total 50 uniques are going to be a little bit changed and updated. So that's going to be really cool, because uniques are going to gain a little bit of value in general. They're not going to be like 99% of them being trash. So that's also a really cool change. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.